Hey, it's Blake Eagle here. Welcome to the coach's office. Our topic this week is heartbreaking losses. As you may know, I coach high school football. I have for the last 20 years, and unique phenomenon in California high school football. There are 13 teams every year that get to win a state championship. There are almost 1,500 high schools in the state that play football. So, for the large majority of us, we don't get to win a state championship at the end of the year. So, what does that mean? Well, that means either your season ends without making the playoffs, which is a disappointment in itself, or even more heartbreaking, your team makes the playoffs and loses a closely fought game at some point in the playoffs. And so every year I've coached high school football for the last 20 plus years, our season has ended in a loss. And so some people would say, gosh, that sounds like torture. Why would you do that? You've got kids on the field crying, massive disappointment. Coaches maybe were upset about a call at the last second. But here's the deal: heartbreaking losses can be a good thing. Why can heartbreaking losses be a good thing? Well, two reasons. One, if you had a heartbreaking loss, it means you were this close at the end of the game. When you get blown out, the loss is not heartbreaking. You have plenty of time to digest it before the game ends, and everyone kind of goes about their way and just says, "Hey, we weren't good enough this year." But when it's a heartbreaking loss, you know you were close, and so that's lesson number one out of a heartbreaking loss. You know you're close, right? So if you almost beat a really good team or you almost won that championship, it means you're not far off. That leads us to lesson two. Lesson two from a heartbreaking loss is motivation. So if you were that close this year, a little bit of work in the off season, a little bit of extra work in the off season might be all that it takes to push you over the edge. And so the business lesson here and life lesson here is don't squander those heartbreaking losses. If you had a tough game, do what Nick Saban did when they lost to Texas A&M and Johnny Manziel, and it knocked him out of the national championship picture. Make a highlight video of it, stick it on every TV in the facility, and never, never, never forget that heartbreaking loss. Let it be motivation for the next 12 months so that you get better every single day and you work just that much harder every single day. And that translates to business too. If you lost that big account, don't chalk it up to, hey, I just got unlucky. Look at what you did, look at what happened, figure out why you lost it, work that much harder to fix whatever it was, so that the next time you get to come out victorious. All right, thanks for that trip to the Coach's Corner. See you next week.